So this may be a little bit unusual for me because I do not do this sort of like ranting, talking discussion without really feeling like I need to do a script for it. I've done this so many times where I recited different drafts and like ideas of how am I going to discuss this, especially since I've been gone for a huge while. Tell you the truth that I really overthink a lot of things when it comes to making these videos. And so it is kind of like the double-edged sword. For one, I could post things that I really enjoyed and I could be really proud of. And on the other hand, I feel like I am pressured to do something good, even though this is just a hobby to me. And that I do want to pursue it someday to a career, but the issue is that I don't want to like focus all my stuff into this ordeal. I've been focusing mostly on school. I would say that I'm not really the best in it. I am struggling a bit, but the point is that I really wanted to focus on things that would sustain me while working on the things that I do want to work on. And for not focusing on that kind of just gets me feeling lost. It slowly feels like it snowballs to a point where it's like, you're procrastinating a lot. And I'm like, yeah, perhaps I am. And perhaps I'm just anticipating for the day where I will make something one day. And I feel like a lot of people in the world would just really relate to that. And maybe I'm not the only one. 100% certain. Because I feel like someone out there will see this and think like, yeah, I relate to this animal. This random weird creature thing on the screen besides you, staring and pointing towards you. And honestly, in order to stretch this video a little bit longer, you can literally ignore this last part because I just simply wanted to talk a bit longer. Is that I feel like a lot of the time whenever I get asked about, when will I make the next upload, I would say I feel a big pressure. Not to say that like, I hate doing that. Like I don't hate the people who try to get more from me because they do expect me to do something great. It's like I feel like sometimes it is definitely the stressor part about that. And then it's like the other part where I feel like I'm responsible to give out some sort of information or some sort of like idea or some sort of like inside knowledge of like some things I like really enjoy. For example, I think like ever since I've done like anagrams or like the topic of aliens, I kind of just ends up being like an obsession turns into like an information or like books like the Ikigai book video, or like the time where I talked about like my experience with language learning, that it made me feel like, I'm in some sort of position where people would just be like, that's interesting, and then maybe take something away from it. However, I really do not know fully if that's the case. You can tell me if you want to. However, I feel like there's something inside of me that's like wanting to create something more than just like rant stuff. But then again, it's like, what can I really do? There's nothing that I feel like I can sustain myself truly besides just the idea of like my character just existing and just my voice alone. And so I just really can't be certain on what I want to make, if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's sort of the end wall here. I won't say that I will quit, but I do admit that I am pretty much stuck with what I'm making. And there is some projects I should be working on else. For example, I do have my comic series that I really want to work on, but then again, I feel like with my life, it kind of sometimes stops it. I really feel very, very slowed down or burnt out in this sense, but I guess the case is that I shouldn't feel guilty in the sense that I shouldn't try to criticize myself more than I can create. In fact, it should be all the way around. And so from here on out, I really want to establish a plan. At least an idea. So I guess the current thing of this moment of this month, from the time that I upload this, is just a few basic stuff. For me, as of now, I guess the things that kind of been interesting me is just Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon cards. Surprisingly, that took me off a bit. And then, definitely playing the 3DS because of Pokemon. I really want to explore that maybe a little bit. Who knows? If you all have anything else that you want to mention, I'll be happy to hear out. I just wanted to make this one as a bit of an update to this channel, since I do agree that I feel like I haven't really done much at all, and I owe a little bit more to you guys for helping me out on this here. And plus, I really wanted to show off this sort of like camera quality, and also maybe test out a bit of new sprites here and there. And so yeah, thank you all for watching this one, and take care.